Hello aspirants, welcoming you all to the online platform of IBS. So today we will be discussing some previous year questions related to the topic of mixtures. So let's start. Already these questions have been appeared for the prelims, that is SBI prelims, IBPS prelims, all those. So all these I have compiled. So before going into the topic, what is a mixture? As we all know, this topic is related to mixture and alligation, but mixture is one topic and alligation is a different topic. Mixture is nothing but it's a combination of composition of two or more entities mixed together to form a compound. So if you have a vessel, it's a combination. If you have a vessel containing mixture of X and Y, that means mixture containing milk and water. So that mixture is a combination of two entities, that is milk and water. So that is what we call it as a mixture, combination of two or more entities. So based on this topic, we will do some questions. So basic concept of this mixture we will be doing with the help of ratio. With the help of ratio, we will be doing questions related to mixtures, that is balancing of ratio. Application of balancing of ratio can be used for solving questions related to mixture. And we again have a beautiful concept related to mixture, that is if you have a mixture where the milk and water ratio is some 5:3. So if you remove some part of the mixture, if you remove, that means if you have a big beaker full of mixture containing milk and water, and if you remove some quantity of the mixture, even in that quantity also the ratio of milk and water will remain the same, 5:3, and the remaining quantity, so remaining quantity after removing whatever the quantity which is left, that will also be in the ratio of 5:3. So this is a beautiful concept of mixture. So based on this, questions were asked and balancing, like if you have a mixture and you are adding some quantity, the other quantity is being fixed. So questions based on these will be generally asked for prelims exam. So let's start. So the first question, ratio between milk and water in the mixture is 4:3 respectively. So you have a mixture, already I have told mixture, it's a composition of two or more entities. So here we have a mixture, that is milk and water. Mixture is a combination of milk and water in the ratio of 4:3. So 4:3. If 6 liters of water is added to it, so you have initially you have a mixture, that is milk and water, it is in the ratio of 4:3. Now what you are adding, if 6 liters, this is the quantity, 6 liters of water is added into it. So you are adding 6 liters of water to that mixture. The respective ratio of milk and water becomes 8:7. So after adding 6 liters, the final ratio, the final mixture is now 8:7. Then what they have asked us to find the quantity of milk in the original mixture. So this is the original mixture and this is the new mixture after adding 6 liters of water. So what you have to do, here we have added only water. So you know mixtures are homogeneous, milk will be mixed with milk and water will be mixed with water. So initially we have 4 units of milk. Now it has been changed to 8 units. Is it possible? No, because we have not added any milk, we have added only water. So to keep that ratio same, what you have to do, we have to take the LCM of 4 and 8. You need to make 8 to 4 or not 8 to 4, 4 to 8 units, because you need to balance that. So what you will do after, in order to balance, you have to multiply this whole thing by 2. Here 1 by 4, 8, LCM is 8. So you have to make this 4 units to 8 units. So what is the new ratio you are going to get? That is 8:6 and 8:7. Now what is the increment you are getting here? Ratio wise there is an increment of from 6 units to 7 units, that is 1 unit increment. That 1 unit is nothing but 6 liters. So you can equate 1 unit is nothing but 6 liters. Now what they have asked you to find, now this is the old ratio, you should not look at here, you should only concentrate on the new ratio. So what they have asked to find the quantity of milk in the original mixture. So what is the quantity of milk in the original mixture? It is 8 units. So we know 1 unit value. So what is 8 units? 8 into 6, 48 liters will be your quantity of milk in the original and new. Both are same. So, using the concept of balancing of ratio, we have solved this question, and this question was asked for some prelims examination. So, this is one kind of concept related to mixture. So, moving on to the next one, a milkman has 80 liters mixture of milk and water. So, now the quantity of the mixture has been given, that is 80 liters, where the milk is to water is in the ratio of 4:1. This can be done in the traditional method also, or else you can find the individual quantities and compare. So, now I am already doing it in the ratio balancing method, so I will be doing the same method here also. So, if he added x liters of water in the mixture, then the ratio of the milk to water becomes 8:5. 8:5. So, this is the old ratio. Now, if you want to transform it to the new ratio, here it is 4 units, now it is 8 units. In order to make it same, you have to take the LCM of 4 and 8, and that will become into 2. So, new ratio of milk and water is 8:2 and 8:5. So, what is the increment? 3 units. 3 units increment, that is nothing but x liters. So, 3 units is nothing but equal to x liters. So, from this already they have given this initial mixture is 80 liters. So, 8 plus 2, 10 units is nothing but 80 liters. So, what is 1 unit? 8 liters. So, how many units we need? 3 units. So, 3 units is nothing but 8 into 3, 24 liters, that is nothing but equal to x liters. So, 3 units is nothing but equal to x liters. So, the value of x, find the value of x. So, how much quantity we are adding? X is nothing but 24 liters we are adding. So, moving on to the next one. 200 liters mixture of milk and water contains 40% water. So, this mixture is composed of 100%. 100% is nothing but 200 liters quantity is given. So, if you are taking in that way, milk is to water, water is 40%. If water is 40%, milk will be 60%. So, if you take the ratio 3:2, 60:2. So, water is this thing means milk will be 60%, 60 and 40, ratio is 3:2. So, original mixture quantity is nothing but 200 liters. Now, 20 liters of mixture has been removed. So, from this 20 liters of mixture has been removed. So, remaining mixture is 100, 200 minus 20, 180 liters. Now, the milk is to water ratio will always be the same. Already I have stated, it is a concept of mixture where if you remove some quantity of mixture from the original mixture, then the ratio remains the same in all cases, like whatever quantity you have removed, whatever is remaining, whatever was the original, everything ratio is the same. 20 liters mixture removed and x liters of water is added. Now you are adding here x liters of water in the remaining mixture. If the resultant mixture in that water become, if water is 50%, milk will be remaining because 50% fractional value 1/2, total quantity 2 units. So, milk also becomes 1 unit, water also becomes 1 unit. Then you have to find the value of x, how much liters you are adding here. So, how to do it? So, already from here I have got, you are adding, this is nothing but 180 liters. So, from this you can find out how much quantity you are adding. With that 1 unit you can find out how much is x. So, first of all, here we are adding water, you need to balance this part. Here milk is 3 units, here it is 1 unit. So, in order to make it 3, you have to multiply it with 3. Now, the new ratio becomes 3:2 and 3:3. Here you are adding x liters. Now, already they have stated, so this total quantity is 180 liters. So, 5 units 180. So, what is 1 unit? Here I will do rough work. So, 5 units corresponds to 180 liters. So, what is 1 unit? 1 unit will be 5 3s are 15, 5 6 are 30, 36 liters. So, 1 unit is 36 liters. If you want, you can find out 3 units, that is 108 liters of milk and this is water. So 36 into 2, 72 liters water. Now what they have asked us to find? They have asked us to find the value of x. How much liters of quantity of water has been added. So that x is nothing but equal to 2 units. Now it is becoming 3 units. So 1 unit is nothing but equal to x liter. We already know 1 unit is nothing but 36 liters. So the value of x is nothing but here 36 liters. So no need to get complicated, just try to understand the question. So it's very easy. Initially it was 200 liters, you have taken out 20 liters, remaining mixture is 180 liters, that has been divided in the ratio 3:2, and you are pouring water, you are adding water, you are not disturbing the milk. So you have made the ratio of milk equal. So after that just found out 1 unit value, and that 1 unit value is nothing but equal to x, because here 2 has become 3. So if you know this, after balancing, if you know any of 1 unit value, you can find out all these values. Here it is not mentioned, but here even milk water also you can find out. So from that you will get 1 unit is 36 liters. So here 1 unit value x is nothing but equal to 1 unit. So that is 36 liters. So next one. So the answer here is 36 liters. Next, in a 128 liter of pure milk. So it is a 128 liters of pure milk, 40 liters of water is mixed. So initially 128 liter of pure milk. So milk was 128 liters. In that how much water has been added? 40 liters of water has been added. So you can reduce it to the lowest form. So you can reduce it with 4 10s are and 4 3s are 12 and 4 2s are. Then you have 5 again 16, 2 table, 16s are and 5 times, or else you can take 8 table, 8 5s are 8 2 16. So lowest form after reducing is 16 is to 5. So 16 is to 5 milk is to water ratio. So I am just writing it down. So 16 is to 5. Hope you all have understood how we got it. 128 and 40 liters. Next, 25% of the mixture is taken out. So 25% of the mixture has been taken out. So remaining will be how much? This is 100%. Now remaining is 75%. So if you want, you can add those two values, that is 100. From that you can take out when x liters of water are added again. So again milk is to water ratio is nothing but 16 is to 5. When x liters of water are added again, then the ratio of milk is to water. The same model like the previous one. When x liters of water has been added, then the ratio of milk to water becomes 2 is to 1. So find the value of x. The same thing, the before question. So these are previous year questions. So before those questions were asked for different slots. So here you know 100% value, already we know 128 liters of pure milk and 40 liter of water. So 128 plus 40. So how much you are going to get? 168. So 100% is 168. So we want 75%. So 75% is nothing but 3/5 of this value. Sorry, 3/4 into 3 by 4. So if you do it, you will get 4 4s are 16, 4 2s are 8. So how much you are going to get? 42 into 3, 6, 126 liter is your here quantity. So 75% is nothing but equal to 126 liter, because 168 into 3 by 4, 4 4 16, 4 2s. So 126 liters you are getting here. Now what they have asked us to find? First you have to balance, because here it is 2, here it is 16, so you have to multiply with 8. So what you are getting? Milk is to water, new ratio, 16 is to 5, and you are getting here 16 is to 1. So here 4 units is nothing but equal to x liters. So what they have given? 16 plus 5. 16 plus 5 means how much you are getting? 21 units. So 16 plus 5 is 21 units corresponds to, so from here, since no space I will write there. So from here you can say 21 units. So 21 units is nothing but equal to 126 liters. So 21 units is nothing but 126 liters. So 1 unit is nothing but 6 liters. So 1 unit is 6 liters, but we want how many units? So since here it is, here it is 8, not 1, because 8 into 2 16, then 8 minus 5 3, not here 4. So here it is, you need 3 units value. 3 units. If you know the 3 units value, you know how much you are adding. So here 1 unit is 6 liters, so 3 units is nothing but 18 liters. So that is your answer, 18 liters. So 3 units 6, so how much is your answer? X value is nothing but 18 liters. So since I am explaining, it's looking clumsy. If you are trying to solve it, just within seconds you can. If you are going with the traditional method, it takes lot of time. So this is optimum method, just balancing of ratio, whatever thing is given. So they have given 100%, they have removed 25, remaining is 75. You know 100% is nothing but total quantity 128 plus 40. So if 175% value is 126 liter. So 16 is to 5, that is 21 units is nothing but 126 liter. 1 unit is 6 liter, 3 units is 18 liters. Why 3 units? Because 5 has become 8. 3 units I have added, that 3 units is nothing but equal to X. So X value is 18 liters of milk has been added. So next one. Ratio, a mixture of milk to water is in the ratio of 4:1. Milk to water is in the ratio of 4:1. If 10 liters of mixture has been taken out, see, 10 liters of mixture has been removed and now the remaining mixture is now 4:1. 10 liters has been taken out, then the water becomes 2/3 of milk. So what is the meaning of this? Water becomes 2/3 of milk, means water is to milk ratio is 2:3. So water is 2 units and milk is 3 units. So that is what mentioned. Now find the initial quantity of water in liter. That means you have to find this value. This is what you have to find. So how to find? So first of all, what they are asking, if 10 liters of mixture has been taken out, then the water becomes this thing. So finally, so 10 liters of mixture has been removed. A mixture of milk and water was in the ratio 4:1. If 10 liters of mixture has been taken out, then it becomes this thing. Then water becomes 2/3 of the milk. Find the initial quantity in water. So whatever quantity you are removing, that means 10 liters, in that how much was milk, how much was water. So this question should be done through traditional method, because we don't know how much, because we don't have what they are adding and all, they are not given. So let me use X. So whatever they have given, so initially milk was 4 units, water was 1 unit. So 10 liters has been removed. So in that 10 liters, whatever I have removed 10 liters, let me erase this part. So how much milk and how much water has been gone? Let us find out. So 10 liters, in this 10 liters, milk and water was in the ratio of 4:1. So 5 units corresponds to 10 liters. So what is 1 unit? 1 unit is 2 liters. From that you can say this is 8 liters and this is 2 liters. Now originally milk was 4 units and 1 unit. So to converting this ratio to a value, I will multiply it with the constant. So that will become initial quantity is 4x. From that 8 liters has been drained away. Now water was 1 x minus 2 liters. Now the final ratio of this is milk and this is milk and this is water. So what is milk is to water ratio? 3:2. So just cross multiply, how much you are going to get? So what you are going to get is, wait, let me erase this portion also. So 8x minus 16 is equal to 3x minus 6. So 5x is equal to, so 16 minus 6, 10. So x is equal to 2. So how much they are asking? Find the initial quantity of water. X value is 2. X value is 2 means what? 1 unit, or x. So 1 into x. So value of initial quantity of water is nothing but water initial quantity is nothing but 2 liters. That is your answer. If you know the x, because I am converting this fraction, this ratio to a number. So in order to convert a ratio to a number, we know we have to multiply it with a common factor, and that is the x. So from that, if you solve it, you will get the water initially it is 2 liters. So this is what, depending on the question, you have to change your approach. So moving on to the next one. A 40 liter mixture contains x liters of milk and the rest is water. So the quantity of mixture is 40 liter and milk is to water ratio is nothing but x liters of milk. So I will take y liters of water. A person removed 10 liters of mixture. He has removed 10 liters of mixture and the remaining mixture now it is x is to y. So from this 40 he has removed 10 liters. So whatever is the remaining now, 30 liters is remaining. 40 minus 10, 30 liter quantity is remaining, and added 18 liters of water in the remaining mixture. From this he has added 18 liters of water in the remaining mixture. If the ratio of milk to water in the final mixture is 7 is to 9. So the final mixture is 7 is to 9. Then find the quantity of water in liters in the initial solution. That means you have to find out the value of y. That is initial, not y. Y its ratio. You have to find out the initial quantity of water. So just a common sense logic approach. 40 removed 10, 30 liter. Now you are adding 18 liter. So finally how much is the quantity? 30 plus 18, 48 liters. So that is nothing but 7 is to 9 ratio. So I will equate from this, I will find out. So 9 plus 7, 16 units corresponds to 30 plus 18, 48 liters. So what is 1 unit? That is 3 liters. So from that I can say this 7 units corresponds to 21 liters and this 9 units corresponds to 27 liters. So my final mixture in that quantity of water is 27 liters after adding 18 liters. So what will be my quantity remaining after removing some 10 liters quantity? 27 minus 18. So this is going to be 9 liters and here there is no change. So this is going to be 21 liters. So beautiful concept of mixture. Originally there was one mixture, you have removed 10 liters. So after removing you have got 21 and 9. So what is the ratio? 21 is to 9 is nothing but 3 times and 7 times. 7 is to 3. So you know this 7 is to 3 units corresponds to 40 liters. That means 10 units corresponds to 40 liters. Because 7 plus 3 we got 21 9. The same ratio will be there before also. So 21 9, 7 is to 3. 10 means 40 liters. So 1 unit is nothing but 4 liters. What do you want? We want the value of 3 liters because y, x is to y ratio has become 7 is to 3. So we need 3 units value. 3 units is nothing but 4 into 3, 12 liters. This is the quantity of water you have added. So this is the quantity of water not added which was there initially in the mixture. So using the concept of mixture, this is a beautiful question and which was asked in the SBI PO prelims memory based paper. So it's a very beautiful concept where if you have the knowledge of ratio and mixture, you can easily solve this question. So this is all about the question, previous year questions regarding the topic of mixture. So hope you all have understood and thank you for watching.